because now like some noob kills me because he throws out a bubble shield as I'm about to kill him. He throws out a bubble shield and then runs away.
Yeah, it got too excessive with all the weapons and stuff.
I liked Halo Reach. I actually thought they did a pretty good job. I never played Halo ODST.
Which one was Reach? The computer one?
Reach was the one with the Spartans, not Master Chief. You play as the original Spartan 2s on the Reach that's the planet Reach that gets destroyed.
Oh, okay.
You play as like the last survivors. Like Master Chief shows up at the end of the game.
That was like a prequel.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, he shows up at the end to like save. He like shows up at the end to like save whoever you're trying to protect. But like your Spartan dies at the end of the game to like protect it. Halo Reach I liked.
Go ahead and sit down.
I didn't. Halo 4 I liked. I thought it was pretty good. And then I never played Halo 5. I heard it was bad.
Isn't that the one where he fights that guy with that bounty hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Halo 5 wasn't too good.
Like, I just want to play Halo just for the storyline. Like, I don't really care for the gameplay anymore. Like, that's why I've been like trying to read it. Oh yeah, there's a. Speaking of Halo, they even got a Halo comic out. But it's about it's not the brutes. Is it the brutes? Those big monkey dudes.
Yeah, it's brutes.
Yeah, it's about them.
But yeah, like my original Xbox is still in like perfect working condition.
Yeah, mine is
like,
too. Mine was like dusty, but if anything, it's just my games.
Well, plus, I mean, as long as you have a 360, the 360 is fully backwards compatible with the Xbox. So like my 360 is right there. So all I gotta do is go home and grab my Halo, and like I know it's somewhere in the basement. I just haven't played it, but I might go home. I might just go home tomorrow. I was like, oh fuck, that's what I gotta do tonight. I was supposed to have a desk plan on Monday to get like this custom mouth guard. Cause they're like really expensive, but like they last for like 40 years. Cause I grind my teeth, but I keep forgetting. I called them on Monday like at 2 a.m. and I was like, hey, like I'm not gonna be able to make it. My son was born. Things have been chaotic, but I'll give you a call to reschedule for this week. And then I just have been forgetting, so I need to call them tonight and be like, hey, can you let me know what availability you have Thursday or Friday after 12? And I want to redo my appointment. Are you gonna go up on YouTube?
Huh?
Are you going YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
You know, we can do a YouTube and Facebook now that I have the dual screen.
Oh, we could, huh?
Yeah. You can just have one screen running. The only thing is, well, actually with web, you can click back and forth. It's only when I'm playing a game, for some reason, it closes when I click on the other screen. And I haven't quite figured out why it's doing that. I don't know if it's because it's the monitor is so old. Maybe that the configuration settings are really weird when I'm playing on the newer monitor. But yeah, we just have one screen running YouTube, the other screen running Facebook. And then, we just mentioned that we're running on YouTube and Facebook right now.
Yeah, we'll work that out next time we, because it's already 9 o'clock.
You don't do anything, Andrew.
At work.
No, you don't.
Do too.
But, can't wait to get a new job.
You don't want to say that right now.
Dude, no one at my work watches this thing. Plus, my boss never even texted me back after I texted him back saying, like, no, I'm not abandoning my job. I was busy taking care of a child.
He's probably trying to find a reason to do something to you.
I'm going to turn this screen over. Why?
That way we can see it from here. I don't want to turn your screen. I already adjusted it the way I wanted to. We're really close together.
Mm-hmm.
So close, man.
He hasn't appeared on screen yet. We have some room.
Oh, look, I came in and... Oh, our background's gone.
Huh. It's there, but like...
You can't see it.
Yeah, and you can see the entire...
Oh, well.
You know what we could do? Is,
I think it's because I block the lighting more.
We could just buy a green felt sheet and then hang it from the ceiling.
fabric.
It still works.
Yeah. Because that way we can back it up a little bit and just stretch it, like, however we figure it out. But there's enough here to where we can nail it or something and get it hanging. And that might be cheaper than buying, because we can go to like freaking Joann's and just pick up a huge ass screen.
Yeah.
Freaking screen.
Yeah, Ricky, go a few inches that way.
Are you still reading Robotech?
Yeah, issue 3 hasn't come out yet, but I read the first 2 issues. Or I don't think issue 3 came out yet.
No, they just on previews. They're just saying they got third printing of the first issue.
Yeah, I got the first print.
Yeah.
Like I got like they did like 7 covers for the first issue.
It's always the first issue.
And I got the one that's like it's like the original mobile suit holding his gun, because the rest were like images of the people and stuff. And I saw that one, I was like, oh hell yeah, that's awesome. But the new Robotech is freaking awesome. Like I really, really am liking it so far. It's like I'm really pumped for issue 3 to come out.
All right, I feel like we're too close.
Yeah, we have some room. Yeah, see that works.
Yeah, just the lighting. Let me turn your.
Is it so? It's too bright now. First we were too dark, now we're too bright.
There's too much glare on my right side.
Turn. Yep, that works more.
Yeah, now it's in the way though.
As soon as you sit down, it will readjust itself.
No, it's too bright. I need to turn it more this way.
Nope.
Nope, that's even worse. Now it's too much on the screen where it's overpowering it. We're getting there. We're getting there.
See, now Mark's too white.
Yep.
Yeah.
If only we could lower the brightness of these things.
I wish we can. That would help.
But yeah, Robotech's really good.
Is it just like it? Is it like Is it following any main story?
It follows like after they, like after the original ship crash landed on Earth, and it's like they started using the technology. So it's like 10 years in the future, and it takes place when like the one brother, like the super pilot, mistakenly gets in the thing, and the original alien armada from the ship that crashed are invading Earth to take back their ship from Earth. So it's like Earth trying to defend itself.
Alright, I'm gonna put my phone down and let's begin. Let's begin.
Is it recording right now?
That's recording. It's on live right now.
He'll just cut out the
unnecessary jibber jabber.
Yeah, and we need a super awesome intro.
Okay, well I never found that post I was looking for on Facebook. It's gone. I'm pissed.
All right. Let's do this.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go maybe. Alright, so let's begin, guys. It's been a few weeks. We've been busy with our lives.
What are we, Andrew?
We're Pop Luck Podcast. I'm Andrew.
Mark.
I'm Ricky.
And look, we got the Death Star behind us. And it doesn't even go with what we're talking about today.
It doesn't.
But it looks cool.
Yeah.
We're still adjusting things. We got.
We're getting closer. I mean, this is better than we've ever had it before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mark's even whiter than he usually is.
I am.
We have more room to breathe when we're talking.
Yeah, we just need like a bigger green screen to put behind us.
Yeah.
That way we can adjust the lighting better and
I think you should just
get better images.
get a whole.
I'm saying if we buy a big green piece of fabric, we can just get it there and put it around between those two pipes, and then we can just drape it, and we can even set.
It'll be more than enough to cover.
Yeah, we can put the lights farther back. Like we can put one light corner there. We can like put one light behind the desk and turn it. I mean, like we can
do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we would spend hours trying to make it look perfect, but you know.
Yeah.
We don't have hours right now. We got lives. You got a baby.
We're good. Yeah, I got a
baby.
baby.
You got a baby.
Got a baby.
Got a baby.
Got a baby. So
baby Gambit's here.
Baby Gambit's here. He definitely has his mutant powers. So they're coming in quite good.
He is a nightcrawler. Right?
Yeah, he's a nightcrawler. But
how's life as a father, dude?
It's good. It's good. I mean, he's just he can't really do a lot right now. So he sleeps, he eats,
he poops.
He doesn't cry a lot. He has his fussy days, but Doesn't really cry a lot. He pretty much will only cry when he's hungry.
Yeah.
But he's doing good. He's starting to smile a lot now. So he's starting to get his facial features like stuff, and he's starting to, like, when he's awake, he's starting to be awake for a little longer, and he already can roll from his back onto his side because he prefers to go to sleep on his right side.
Which is very unusual for a baby. They usually just sleep flat.
Yeah, he'll be on his back and he'll start kind of moving back and forth, and then he'll flip himself onto his side. And if he's sleeping, we try to adjust him. Like, we'll pick him up and put him back on his back. He'll flop himself back over.
Does he get that from one of you or C?
We both sleep on our side, but we think it's... I mean, it depends. I mean, part of it could be because that's how I slept in the womb. His body's used to sleeping that way. And then part of it might be because when he was in the hospital, he slept staring at me and I was sleeping on my side. So even though he just sleeps blurs, he might have just seen that as, like, how you're supposed to sleep.
So I have a really bad habit of crossing my legs when I sleep, and it hurts. So I've been sleeping with a pillow because I can't. If I let it be apart, it just doesn't feel comfortable. So I've been putting a pillow in between my legs.
Yeah. So he's getting there. So we're starting to put him on his stomach because he's got to, like, strengthen his neck. Right now he just flops.
Just think of it. A week ago, he wasn't here. In a week, a lot has changed in a week, especially for you, man.
Yeah, but it's been good. I mean, you know, if we keep this podcast up for a year, he'll join us. Yeah. In a year.
Well, we'll probably be here anytime. I mean, what if
we're still going?
We'll be in the middle of this, and then your wife,
he'll walk downstairs.
Just be like, "Hey, I need you to watch the baby."
Like, he wants to join. He wants to see what you're doing.
Okay.
Like, oh, all right, put him down here. But yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy. You know, sappy father stuff, but it's been good.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good to hear. I know we have a whole podcast where when we want to talk Defenders, I want to rant about.
Yeah, we're really late on Defenders, which kinda because we've
roughly a month late.
Yeah,
we're really late on Defenders, but
it's whatever. If we watch an old movie, we'll probably review it later on.
Yeah, but that. Death Note. I'm the one who didn't see it because I refused to. Which I'll rant on why I didn't watch it because of the anime, and then Andrew can rant about how much he hated the movie for all of us.
But sort of like I said, it's been a while. Yeah, we talked about your child. I mean, I still kind of want because me and Ricky, we're not fathers, and we'll probably be a while till we are fathers. But man, like, I mean, just having a kid. How do you feel, dude?
It's good. I mean, your perception on stuff changes. It like now, like before, I was like, you know, doing more nerdy stuff and finding a new job was more just about like doing it because I felt like it. Where now it's more like doing it because it could lead to something that's better for him. So like, I want to get into the bigger, nerdier things and, you know, stuff that can open up more doors for him. You know, down the road, like
stuff that we think. You know, I mean, it's a lot of hard work. You're always watching a kid, but then you don't like that's stuff that I mean, it's tough. But then we think about the positive stuff, like your kid's gonna probably be asking you to read comics to him one day, or you and your child's gonna be talking sports. Or nerd stuff.
He's gonna be
watching stuff.
He's gonna be reading more comics than work.
Yeah.
So just imagine like you actually have a friend who lives with you for a while, and you guys just sit and do. Hopefully, he does that stuff. I mean,
obviously he's so young to the point where you can't say he likes certain stuff. I do know though, he calms down when The Office is on. Because I think it's because I watched The Office so much in bed on my phone when she was pregnant, and so he can hear it. Because if The Office is on and like the theme song hits, he'll look at the TV, like in the direction of the TV that the theme song is coming from.
This is all about.
So like obviously, you know, the voices he doesn't know, but I think he can recognize the theme song because I watch The Office so much. It's like The Office is my background show if I'm doing other shit.
Yeah, I mean it's music. Like usually, when you watch TV, they usually see someone putting headphones over a pregnant lady's belly.
Which we didn't really do that. I mean, I bought C this thing to do that, but she didn't really use it a lot. So, but he still recognizes sounds. But I did.
So I think it's all on sound.
Yeah,
Like he
so
recognizes sound waves.
I've read books to him so far, but like at them pretty much he doesn't. I mean, he just knows all he knows is that Dad's talking. He doesn't register anything else.
Right now, to you, you're just somebody. I don't even know recognize you as Dad. Maybe he has it probably instinct.
Well, he probably does.
They know the voices.
Yeah, he probably has it
from the womb because like they've discovered that in the womb like he knows Mom and Dad's voice, and then that's what I said. Like if you have dogs and you're pregnant, they'll grow up used to the barking. So that's why like I'm trying to get Christina to bring over Miko and Buddy soon because C said that like when he's like 6-7 months we can look into getting a dog. We haven't decided on puppy or like a really young rescue, but like I want him to start getting used to dogs barking now.
Right.
While he's still so young. But that's why one of the things we're doing is we're having a lot of people hold him. Obviously, people that aren't sick. I mean, we're not being dumb. But like, we're having a lot of different people hold him as his vision starts to clear up. So he gets used to a lot of people holding him. So he grows up social and like wanting people to hold him. And like, our friend came over earlier to help C with stuff, and she brought her baby. So like, we had her hold him and stuff, and we're trying to get everyone to hold him, and you guys have both held him.
Yeah, that way, like, if you guys ever leave him, like, a daycare or someone to babysit your kid, because, like, I know, like...
Which our list of who C would allow to babysit, obviously, is, like, pretty short. But, like... Because she wants to know someone who knows how to change a diaper. Like I know you know how to take care of a baby, but I don't know if you know how to like change diapers.
Caillou's diaper. Caillou's 16 now.
He still
he actually still changes his diaper.
I changed Luke's diaper and I changed my sister's diaper. I mean, I know how to change diapers.
Yeah, but so like for me, like I know like if me and her wanted to go somewhere and you weren't busy, I know I could be like, dude, hey, why don't you come bring Crystal and come over? Me and C want to go out. Why don't you guys just come over, chill at our place, watch the baby if you don't mind, and like, you know what I mean? Like, like there's certain people we would trust, and certain people like I would trust Ricky. It's just I don't know if Ricky knows how to like change diapers and stuff. But.
Because
I know how to do that stuff. I just don't talk about it. I don't.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's like there's a lot of my friends that I would trust, but it's like okay, now it's more about okay, yeah, I would trust you taking care of him, but do you know how to like take care of him and like watch him and like. You can't just put him in his thing and then like I don't care if he's sleeping.
Right.
Like right now he's in his bassinet sleeping, but like C's still in the living room watching TV, watching him. Like so it's like you gotta know those friends that can be like not only do I know you can take care of him in terms of changing him and putting cream on him and all that stuff because it's like you can't just change the diaper, you gotta put cream on it and wipe his butt. Like you gotta be comfortable doing all that. And then also I need to know that like you're not just gonna put him in his bassinet and then freaking go downstairs and play video games. Like if you're gonna come down here, you gotta take him with you.
And just sit there and listen for him. Like, oh
like we haven't set up we have like a Samsung webcam thing, and I haven't set it up yet. Because right now there's someone constantly with him 24/7. But
did you guys hear about the babysitter who got fired because like she fell asleep and the father of the kid saw it on the Nest Cam? Or no, he came home, saw her sleeping, and pretend that his kid got kidnapped. He took his kid with him. And so it was a scared babysitter, and I guess he called, like, I guess after a while he's like, you know, you were sleeping, you weren't really taking care of my kid. Now what if they were kidnapped? You're fired. So,
See, here's the thing though, because can he get in, this brings up like just a different topic, but technically can he get charged for falsifying a police report? Because
I don't think a police report was made. I think it's just
like a scare tactic.
It was just a scare tactic.
Yeah, but didn't she call the cops, or did she just call him?
I think it just called him or the family, and I don't know.
But what if she had called the cops? They came out and do an investigation, all that stuff, and then they find out that the dad just did it as a trick.
I think I don't think it lasted. I don't think maybe it was only like a few minutes. Where I mean, if you play it out a long time, then
I mean, babysitting, that's you shouldn't really be falling asleep. But I mean, like, I would like C went upstairs to use the bathroom, and like to use the bathroom and take a shower, and I was watching him, and he was asleep in his bassinet. I laid down, just like staring at him, and I dozed off. And C came down like 10 minutes later and saw us while sleeping, and then she just stayed around the kitchen and living room and stuff. But it's like, if you're the parent, if you can excuse the parent doing it, you can't really.
I guess it just depends on how long it was.
Maybe the age and...
Yeah, if he was old enough to, like, be walking around and she fell asleep, then yeah, that's pretty bad. But if he's his age and she fell asleep for, like, 5 or 10 minutes, I'd be annoyed and, like, I would probably fire her. But I wouldn't, like, scare tactic her. I would just wake her up and be like, hey, I saw you sleeping I saw you sleeping. You're supposed to be taking care of the baby. You know, I'm going to pay you for today, but you're fired.
Yeah. So fatherhood's life experience.
But yeah, it's
for you.
Yeah, like even though I'm sleeping okay because he's actually already sleeping a lot. Like he sleeps on average a solid 4 hours in a row. Like we'll have to wake him up to feed him during the night, but like now we're getting to the point where we just let him sleep. But like he's getting like his longest ever was he had a 4.5 hour block where he slept soundly for 4.5 straight hours. So, like, I took a 2 hour nap today. I didn't mean to before you guys came over. Like, I went upstairs just to lay down. Ended up knocking out for 2 hours.
I needed to do
You're
that.
Probably tired. I took a nap after work, but
yeah. So, well, normally, like C knows, like I hate naps. I'd rather be playing a video game or reading a comic or doing something else. Like, you know, I still have to set up these 2 shelves, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow. Or doing something so I hate taking naps, but now it's to the point where it's like I have to.
You're gonna need your sleep.
Like so that's why like I'm luckily like we're at the point where C kind of handles the day shift because she's on the monk chicken diet and like the 30 days where she can't really do much. So when I go back to work, like she's pretty much gonna handle him all at night. I mean, obviously yes, when he cries, I'm going to wake up, but I'll be able to go back to sleep. So during the day, I take care of him more. Like I let her take naps more during the day. As I usually like around like 4 or 5, like I need a nap because I've been up since 11 watching him, and you know feeding him and everything. But yeah, it's good. I mean, like I said, your perception changes on stuff. And I did read Astonishing X-Men to him because Gambit's in it. Yes. Gambit got introduced. No, X-Men Gold because Gambit is in the current arc of X-Men Gold. Like he's only in it for, I think, for 3 or 4 issues, but he got introduced. So like I was reading part of Gambit's thing.
You do like the southern voice to him too.
I can't do voices. I'm not a voice guy, but like I do. I'm not going to do it now because like I'm not doing it for the thing.
You read the sound effects. Then?
No, I do.
Like, bam.
I have this dumb little thing I made up to sing to him when he's being really fussy. And it's really stupid. It makes no sense, and it's like short, and I just repeat the same like 2 things over and over again. But for some really odd reason, it calms him down. Like if he's starting to cry and I hold him and he's still crying, like I'll start singing it to him, and he starts stopping crying, and then he just stares at me, and then like it's really weird. But I think he's definitely growing up early as a daddy's boy.
That's good.
That's good.
Because like. He calms down. C hates it, but he definitely smiles way more at me and calms down more if I'm holding him.
I just think it's just that human instinct. When a child, like a boy child, is with a father, it's just that connection.
Yeah. But I mean, he definitely, like, he knows who C is. I mean, like, It's not like he keeps crying when she's holding him. He still calms down. It's just that he takes him, like a minute longer to calm down.
What if he grows up and meets a girl who is named after Rogue?
I mean, that would be pretty awesome. Yeah,
what's Rogue's real name?
That coincidence.
I don't know what her real name is. Wow, they say in the X-Men movies all the time, and I can't... Because she's dating Iceman in the movies, and they say her name all the time, but I can't think of it now.
Is it Marie?
I thought it was something with a K.
Oh, I just know her as Rogue.
I
think Rogue sounds better anyway.
He ends up dating a girl named...
Yeah. Right now, like, I only call him Remy. Like, C doesn't even call him by his name. But so, like, I'll call him Cameron, like, just to, like, so he hears the name a little bit. So, like, I pretty much only call him Remy.
Responding to Remy more than Cameron.
I think
Remy's on the yearbook, you know, they have, like...
it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like, quotation Remy.
Not even, that's his middle name. It'll be... Cameron, Remy, quotations, Gambit.
Yeah.
All his paperwork, he's gonna write Gambit.
But I think I'm pretty sure you're only gonna call him Remy. for the most part.
Yeah. I think Chris was calling him Cammy.
Yeah. Like, it'll still, like, in a couple weeks, like, he'll probably be down here when we record. Like, I'm just going to put his basket hat right there.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
be able to watch him.
Holding him.
Yeah, putting him on TV. Look, you're already famous.
Oh, hey, Mark, you took crap.
You're already on TV. But yeah, we can... I don't want to take up all of our time.
Oh, no, it's good.
It's been a while. Well, anytime when he does new stuff, I'll bring it up. And yeah, I mean, the only thing that's changed immediately in the first week is he's definitely a lot more alert when he does wake up. He's definitely getting an attitude. Not like an attitude, but he's getting his own personality developed because he straight up will mean mug you. Like, I think it's when his vision clears and he's starting to like see a definition. Because all of a sudden, like I was saying, all of a sudden he'll just be like,
it's like
he'll straight up like mean mug you, just like you're like, the hell are you doing? Like what do you? I'm sorry, did I piss you off or something? Like he'll just it's really funny, but he'll straight up just mean mug you for like a straight minute.
Yep. So Ricky, what you been up to, man?
Just a lot of work, and then with the weeks that we've been off, I went and saw 2 comedy shows. I met Ryan Davis and Kev on Stage. Ryan Davis is pretty good. He's the comedian on Facebook and YouTube who got really popular for making fun of Odell Beckham, and he just like roasts the hell out of him. And he does like a lot of his videos. If you guys aren't familiar with Ryan Davis, his videos are mostly like on selfie, and then it's like cuts of different takes that he does, and he just makes fun of subjects and whatnot. And then Kev on Stage, he's with the group called All Deaf Digital, and they just do like roast sessions. And his content's more for like older people, because he does a lot of the he does a lot of more like church style comedy. So it's not like, I mean, it was
comedy.
Yeah, when I met him, it was still funny, but like it was definitely geared towards the older audience.
Yeah. That makes sense.
To me, I haven't really. I mean, I've been. Last week I didn't, but then, after I finished school at Specs Tower, I've been trying to focus on getting into like filming and being involved in like the media business. We're actually our group, Clean Slate Production. Ricky, you were an extra in the 40-hour film festival. We got second place for the whole entire festival competition in general. But dude, when we were at the awards ceremony, we were like really worried, like we weren't gonna get anything, because like, when it came to best genre or like best picture, acting or best picture or something like that, it's like we didn't get anything. And then we got to audience choice, and we're just like, my phone just fell. Anyways, audience choice, and we're like, we're not gonna get anything, because they split because there's like 40 something movies, yeah. Sorry,
short films.
Yeah, short films, and so they separate the 4 different groups. We're like, we're not gonna get anything, and they announce us, and they're like, oh yeah, the second place is Flyboys, because our film is called Flyboys. You can check it out on YouTube. Look up Clean Slate Production, and they're like, oh, we won audience choice. We won by 1 point. And then when I got to the actual placing, we're just like, we got something. We're good. We don't really. We're not gonna. Be mad if we don't get a placing. Well, I mean, some people they cared, but then they announced us for second place, and we're like, oh my gosh! And they actually showed our film, which one of Ryan, he was one of the actors. He was like, I just want people to see our film. I don't care if we placed or anything. I just want people to see our film. And I got second place. And what we heard was we were actually runner up for every category, towards like. These guys were always second place for all these categories. We might as well just give it to them. Second place.
Yeah,
so we got second place. Yeah. And this is great. And our next project, we actually are entering in the horror roulette that's happening in a couple weeks. And I'm actually pretty excited. I'm not much of a horror guy. I don't watch much horror movies. You know that. We went to see Annabelle together.
Yeah, I do.
But I'm actually excited.
I was talking about festivals. Just reminded me to check the date on something.
Yeah, but because of the horror roulette, like something that I had in mind for a year, I wanted to go to the XICW show at Cobo Hall. Oh yeah, the Mormon Cup. Yeah. So
if that's this weekend, I can't make it.
Yeah, I can't make it. I got stuff
I'm
to
working.
do. But the
You can take your child.
Well, Kobo Hall, XICW after 30. It's been 30 years since pro wrestling's been at Kobo, and I was looking forward to it all year. But then the horror this weekend, I left wrestling to focus on this, and it's like, this is something that I'm hoping to make a career out of. So I'm giving up Kobo Hall, and I was actually planning on going to Hell in a Cell, but that's not the thing because we're filming for 2 days, so it's like I'm not going to be able to make it. So, it's all good. I mean, I'm going to be missing out one of the biggest shows in Michigan when it comes to independent wrestling, but it's what I left wrestling for, and I love being a part of.
It's what you went to school for.
Yeah, it's what I went to school for. It's fun. Like, we're not. There's a lot of stuff with wrestling that I miss. I miss wrestling, but then I enjoyed this a lot too. So I'm focusing a lot on that, and the horror roulette we're like I said, it's not till we can't plan it until the actual when we actually get our genre. But I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of things I like to do. I mean,
but do you guys got like a musical?
I don't know. I don't think that's part of the horror genre. I think it's like
I don't know.
You got a slasher. You got a psycho thriller.
I hope you don't get psycho thriller, just because to try to pull off a psycho thriller in a short film is probably going to be really shitty.
It's gonna be it's tough. I think
it's going to be bad.
I think that's the thing that's probably
slasher though. You can do it. Yeah, slasher's the easiest, but I think also. Maybe the easiest, but I feel like they're probably going to grade it the hardest because it's the easiest.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't do a good slasher, then they're going to grade you a lot harder because you had the easiest subject matter.
Yeah.
So Supernatural, I think, would be a really good one because it's not the easiest. I think it's more medium, and you definitely, I think, have a lot more creativity.
Yeah, we definitely have
Supernatural stuff.
A lot of stuff brainstorm, but we're not. I mean, it was obviously on the podcast. I'm not going to review anything until
exactly. But you guys actually discussed it, though.
So we did discuss some ideas because we don't know what we're doing until the day of. So, we can't write the script until the day of. So we just have ideas. But I'm looking forward to what we have, and we have a great cast of great group of people. They've done a lot of stuff before, and it's now it's that point where we're not just doing things for experience because we are experienced. So we're expanding what we are right now.
Yeah.
But that's today. It's been a month, but we really wanted to get into the Defenders, and if we have time, because I like to write on Death Note. So the Defenders, it's been almost a month, like maybe 2.
It's been over a month.
Over a month.
It's been a while.
Let's talk about that, dude. Like, what did you guys think? What stuff that you remember? Like, I think I only watched it one time through, so I don't remember exactly.
I haven't rewatched it since.
I haven't rewatched any of them.
Yeah. I mean,
actually, if anything, any of the shows, but
I rewatched certain scenes, especially my favorite scene throughout the whole thing was when Daredevil fought Iron Fist. That was my favorite scene.
I still think. I mean, I think like we said, we'll keep it trying. We got a bunch of stuff we want to at least touch on base today, but I think for me the biggest thing on Defenders was I think it saved Iron Fist.
And Luke Cage.
Well, I liked Luke Cage in terms of the writing, the lines that they gave people. I just hated who they introduced as a villain.
Season 1. Or at least the guy who played Diamondback was so bad.
Yeah, not only that, but I just didn't see it as a
real villain.
Yeah,
it was more of a personal thing.
Iron Fist villains are Iron Fist's thing is just he has a super fist, but he can't use it nonstop, and then he's fighting deadly assassins. Daredevil, essentially the exact same thing. Plus he's fighting Punisher, who's freaking insane. Jessica Jones fights a super mutant too, not mutant, but inhuman or whatever the hell their category was.
Science project.
I
think he's not. I don't think he's a meta. No, because and Jessica Jones and the Purple Man, they got their power through experiments.
Okay.
So it's not really, you can't really call
because his was
inhumans.
His was I can't remember, but they say it in the show he was experimented on. And
they go through his brain and stuff.
Yeah, they did a bunch of stuff on him, and it gave him the ability to, maintain control over people.
And I think I know Defenders, but because Jessica Jones, I thought Purple Man was probably one of best villains that they've had so far.
Yeah, because it's like he didn't have super strength or speed or flight or anything like that, but he could manipulate everyone around you. And you, I mean, even though she could start kind of fight it at the end.
She was immune to it.
At the end, but he could still manipulate everyone around you. How much of a hero can you be if he's putting innocent civilians in which is what he did. I mean, he put constant people in harm's way of
he was testing the morality of a hero.
Yeah. So I like Luke Cage in terms of the actor and the choice, but the villain was really bad. But for Iron Fist, it was I liked the actor, hated the writing.
Oh, it was terrible.
His first, villain-esque for a season 1 was pretty on par with Daredevil. So it was still good, but the writing was so bad.
Yeah, I didn't finish Iron Fist, and I think with Defenders, you don't really need to watch.
No, Iron Fist was just enough to build up to where if you wanted to follow Danny, pretty much.
Yeah. So for me, my biggest takeaway from the Defenders was that it saved Iron Fist in terms of now I'm actually excited for season 2 of Iron Fist because
to see if he actually gets his suit.
Yeah,
or something. I mean, I think
they've done drafts,
which I think he will because he's taking over for Daredevil because he thinks he's dead. So I feel like he has to get the suit because he's gonna see, because I think he's gonna see that old video and he's gonna think back on that and be like, "Oh yeah, perfect. I'll just dress up like that guy." I don't think Luke Cage will ever wear his.
No, they did
that teaser, but his doesn't really make sense. I don't know does his helmet do anything?
No, it's just
design.
It's just kind of like the whole how back in the days
they're
all wearing
style.
the bandana or it's like the Jimi Hendrix bandana thing. It's something like that.
But they still kept him with his color scheme with the yellow.
At least they're doing that. His favorite shirt. Yeah, he always wears the yellow t-shirts more than he does anything else. That's nice.
Yeah, you go with modern day stuff.
I think also loved though. I think one of my favorite scenes was when Iron Fist punched him and he flew across the room. It was like, what the shit?
Yeah. One of the things that annoyed the crap out of me the first 2 episodes was the camera work.
They kept doing that 360.
It was always panning or 360, close up shot. It's don't move the camera.
Or when Jessica Jones was in the city looking for Daredevil, and then the camera goes around.
Yeah, for some reason, every scene when you see the actual heroes there. Or when they're trying to reveal that, this person's in the show, this person's in the show, it's
the typical.
It's 360 all the time. Come on, stop, and then after a while, okay, they stopped it.
Yeah,
that annoyed the crap out of me. One thing that people brought up to me was the first episode. Was the color scheme of whenever they did a scene about Daredevil, the coloring of the
kind of
shots different, and then with Luke Cage, it was more yellow. And I think obviously they each went with the color scheme of the superheroes. Of Jessica Jones,
it's very dark.
It's more purplish too. So they did you notice all that color?
Not really. I was paying attention to the show and trying to immerse myself.
And just paying attention to all the camera work.
I think I'm trying to get into the storyline, but
I got to the storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought it was a mass improvement over.
Well, that's the thing though. For 8 episodes, I thought it was great because it was very just straightforward.
It's funny. It's one of those things where
which I'm also surprised it was only 8.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who complained before. The other show should only been 8 episodes, and now people are like, well, maybe they could have extended a few more episodes after.
People are always going to say something.
But I get it. I think it was because they wanted to produce something good and get it out because now they got to work on Daredevil season 3, Punisher season 1, Jessica Jones season 2, Luke Cage season 2, and Iron Fist season 2, and then Defender season 2.
Yeah,
so I mean, these actors, and now what's great is now they can appear on each other's shows.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. I think
because definitely, I mean, this is probably pretty obvious, but Iron Fist, I feel, is going to be a pretty big part of Daredevil season 3.
That, or I think, I think it's going to be more Luke Cage. Yeah, because
Power Man and Iron Fist.
No, I'm saying for Daredevil season 3 when he's coming back because obviously he will. Yeah. Well, Iron Fist took over Hell's Kitchen, so I mean he's obviously has to interact with the guy who took over his job.
And Daredevil is actually probably going to be flip flopping with Danny Rand because he's actually people are saying that he's probably going to lean you. Come on. Lean Yu.
Yeah, but definitely Luke Cage and Iron Fist I feel are both going to be on each other's season 2s. A lot because they developed a sort of
bromance
mutual bromance, respect for each other.
man. Also, if you're watching this, I mean, everything's gonna be spoilers, so it's your fault. So
it's been a month.
It's been a month. But anyways, I think,
and I'm pretty sure everyone binge watched that weekend.
Yeah.
Because the weekend after it was released, everyone was talking about it.
Yeah. So Daredevil, do you guys think that he's in Kong?
No, because at the end he was in that. Wasn't he in the hospital? I don't think
Yeah,
but
he's in yeah, but Kun Lun's destroyed.
I thought Kong Long was more of a. It's not just a city; it's a different world, isn't it?
No, it's literally just a mountain. It's literally just a town in the mountains, in a different reality, or in a different dimension.
But
it's all it is. It's a town where he would go and like they said they would sneak off and go to the town. So it's a town and then the monastery, and that's it. That's the only thing that's in Kunlun. I think those two things.
Oh, I think
because because obviously the only way out of the building is through the elevator, right? Or the cave or whatever. That little hole.
So the question is, where does he go? But he can't.
Or how did he get out?
Because the only thing he could maybe, if he's in Kunlun, the only way he's in Kunlun is if when the hand attacked Kunlun, they teleported a certain section of Kunlun to safety, and that's where Daredevil is. Or you don't know. The whole thing didn't collapse. He could have gotten dragged out through another way. We think.
He could have been inside that cave still.
We think the only way out is up the elevator. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he went deeper into the cave.
Yeah, there could be another way out.
Yeah, when Danny, obviously this is stupid. Come on, you know that they're trying to use you to open this door, but you've idiotically
punch the wall,
knowing that he should have known that. But I think that door was the doorway to Kung Long, or the dragon remains. I think it
wasn't the door to Kung Long. It was the Iron Fist built that wall on Earth because the dragons were on Earth, and they built that wall to secure the dragon's bones. And the only way to get through it is to punch it with the Iron Fist. And so when he fucked up, they didn't cross into Kung Long. They were still on Earth.
Yeah.
It's just that was all the dragon stuff because now of course. Everyone on the 5 is dead, but Madame Gao, and now she has enough of the dragon to, I think, essentially
still
maintain her life for probably another 100, 200 years. She didn't. I think they only got 3 suitcases, so you could probably.
It's only her now.
Yeah, it's only her. So you probably argue she probably has another 200 years left. The only funny thing is now that was the last of it. Period. So it's at this point, it's you just play the mating game, the waiting game with Madame Gao, and be like, "You're dying in 2 years anyway. This is the last stuff on Earth, and we destroyed it.
Right.
You only got 3 suitcases out of it."
As of right now, we don't know if she's dead.
No, Madame Gao's alive.
She got out.
Yeah, obviously,
and now the question is,
it's just Elektra and Daredevil.
Daredevil.
We know Matt's alive.
Yeah, odds are she's probably alive too. But I don't know. I like Madame Gao. But I felt like I would have been more interested in the really secretive Chinese guy.
Oh, that ninja guy?
Yeah, I think he
do much with them.
No, and I think they missed that. That's the one. If I'm going to knock it, I think that's a knock because I feel like his backstory, the fact that he's the loner, and he's supposed to be more powerful than all of them, but he ends up just getting his ass kicked really quick.
Yeah, I think they made it seem like he was just really tough to beat villain, and then
even Gao was afraid of him.
Yeah, and
Jessica Jones
he just gets his ass kicked by Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, then dies. Well, think he dies because he got impaled. He was impaled, and he was like, "What is this?" And she was like, "The end." Or something,
death or something.
Yes, I think you're supposed to assume that he died, but technically, since we didn't see him die, I think they could somehow bring him back.
The same thing, because Nobu came back in season 2 of Daredevil. And
and he got impaled through a sword, and they took him away. Yes, you could argue that Madame Gao did drag him away. She did find him and drag him away
with her superpower, definitely,
and used it. And I would like it because I feel like I like the actor who plays Madame Gao, or the actress, but I'm getting bored of her as a major villain.
It's the same thing.
It's 3 seasons of her.
Yeah, that she hasn't done anything.
What more can you do that you haven't already done? You've attacked their families. You've attacked Kunlun. You've fought Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. And the only thing you can do now is take over as leader of the Hand.
But even then, it's
which the hand is destroyed, and that's still the same thing. So I'll be interested what they do with her. But I think what would have been nice is
if she breaks out Wilson Fisk.
That would be interesting because she does know she does like Wilson Fisk. Yeah. I wish he's alive because I feel like that's a missed opportunity to have him be a villain because he's been so secretive for so long. Well, who knows what he's been up to? Right. He could have like a whole, like he could have like a team of people with superpowers or something like that because he's been so secretive.
Yeah, I think with Wilson Fisk, I think he still has a lot that he has to do. I think he's one of those villains who somehow manipulate the
because doesn't he own the prison?
At the moment, he's like the head guy of the...
Like, he's in jail, but he can do whatever he wants.
He's the top dog.
He can't leave the prison, obviously, but he can walk around. I mean, he sleeps in the warden's, bedroom.
I think he's going to manipulate the system to where all his crime stuff somehow is going to, erase. And
I think something will happen where he'll introduce, evidence that either points to somebody else or, his evidence will get contaminated somehow.
Yeah, he's gonna be right back where he's at.
Or because I don't think they've gone to trial yet. No. I don't think he ever to trial. So here, if they're gonna go for an easy out, you know what they could easily do? That where his evidence was being kept was destroyed in the earthquake. So now they have no evidence.
Probably.
So they have no choice but to let him go because all the evidence against him was destroyed.
And you guys think he's gonna be back with Daredevil? I mean, he's obviously Daredevil's main villain, but because of the Punisher.
I think it's going to be I think it'll be like a Wilson Fisk, Iron Fist, Luke Cage kind of thing where he goes back in Hell's Kitchen, starts doing bad shit. Danny Rand has zero idea who he is because he's been gone. He doesn't know the history. So I think he'll start fighting him, but unlike Daredevil, he's going to underestimate him and get in trouble. And then Luke Cage is going to come bust him out.
So you don't think it's going to be the Punisher?
I think he might cross paths with the Punisher.
The reason why I don't is because, unlike everyone else, the Punisher would not hesitate to, in a crowd of people, put a bullet in his head.
Which I think it might be good because Wilson Fisk will probably put people in front of him before he gets.
Yeah, I just don't know if it would be I feel like it could be it could be really good or really bad because it's if you know that the person fighting Wilson Fisk would easily kill him in a room full of people, it kind of anytime you see them in the same room, you're like, okay, he could shoot him right now and end it.
I don't think they're gonna be villain type thing. I think they're gonna cross paths, and then
I think Punisher's first season's probably gonna be him centered around going after the people that killed his family.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's really gonna be a central villain he's fighting. I think it's gonna be him
killing everyone.
Essentially the Hand, where it's just gonna be him attacking a group of people that went after his family. So he probably will fight a couple crime families because with him it's different. He doesn't have martial arts training. He's just an insanely good marksman. He's good hand to hand, but he's not
he's not like Daredevil.
If he had to fight Iron Fist and Daredevil hand to hand, they would both beat the Punisher in hand to hand because he uses guns and shit. So I feel like if they fought him straight hand to hand, he's not as proficient. I mean, yeah, he's bigger and more muscular, so he might win. But I think Iron Fist would just punch him once with the Iron Fist and he would die.
I think anyone he would hit with the Iron Fist, they'll be killed besides Luke.
Yeah. Well, and he hits Madame Gao with it. Yeah. And Elektra. But they're,
that's what I hated too, though? The inconsistency of his chi. In season 1, he was summoning it left and right, and
somehow
and then in Defenders, he could barely summon it.
I think it's because he's still all messed up from his season.
I didn't watch it.
And I think some of it might have to do with Kunlun. I think, because Kunlun's in disarray, I think it's affecting his chi because he's so
his mentality.
He's so de-stressed all the time that he failed Kunlun that he can't focus enough to just pull out the chi. I mean, who knows? That's all just speculation.
It's funny they changed his character a lot in Defenders. He was all, I gotta do this by myself. I don't need anybody's help. And now when they got together, we gotta do this together. He went from the depressing emo guy to a very
which is
happy.
nice. They turned him into a badass. I feel
it's like a switch.
They gave him the opportunity to work with the team. That's why I think before the character himself probably thought he was the only one defending. And then he realizes that there's more of people like
him.
And he started using his money to his asset. Like, he was, oh, yeah, I got money.
Which finally he did.
Yeah, I know, right? He's like, oh, wait. I'm fucking rich.
Yeah.
I'll pay 6 months rent. Oh, there goes your bill. There goes your rent.
Like, he's like, hey, don't call the cops. I'm going to pay all your bills. Or no, or didn't he just buy the building?
Well, he
paid for 6 months rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
and
okay,
food.
I get the whole mentality of like, because this would be the Hmong mentality where they kept cooking all the food because he bought 3 of everything. And I get that's like that'd be the Hmong mentality. Even if like you weren't gonna eat it, they would still cook it. And I'm like, all right, come on. Like I kept laughing because they're continuously talking about this serious situation. And you see in the background Chinese guys walking back and forth with platters of food and just setting it there.
And Matt Murdock's like, that's pork and that's shrimp. And
yeah,
he's like blind, trying to figure out how does he know that.
Yeah, and he's like, no, that's pork, that's shrimp. And they're like, what the shit? But I mean, I thought that was pretty funny. It was a nice little, like, funny little. So I think I'm starting to get really annoyed by the Chinese chick, the Asian chick, Danny Mann's girl.
Oh yeah, what's her name? I forgot.
She's still cute.
I know her real name.
She's hot.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to get annoyed by her. Her character, you know, here's what it's reminding me of: Felicity from Arrow.
Oh yeah.
She's reminding me of Felicity in Arrow, where she's becoming like, Danny, you don't need anyone. You can do everything by yourself. Like, even after they're already well-established as a team, she tries talking him out of it. And it's like, okay, at this point, they're on their way to the final battle. Why are you talking him out of it now?
Like, he's going against ninjas. Bunch of ninjas. You don't want help.
And that's the thing, too, about the Defenders. There were so many, like, minor characters that they were trying to give them all screen time. So when they did give them screen time, it was just the dumbest thing.
She got way more screen time than anyone else. Mainly, I mean, I get it, because she fights with them and stuff, but, like...
She's someone who's smart and some about everything about this world.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know you guys were pumped. I know we got to wrap up Defenders. We've even spent like $9.50, but Missy Elliott's gonna have the robot arm.
Missy Elliott,
Missy Knight.
Yeah, Missy Elliott, the rapper.
I'm really tired.
The rapper's gonna have the little arm. Start rapping with it.
So, dude, when I saw her get her arm.
That was really sick.
I was like, you just like, oh snap! I'm like, oh my god, they actually did it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Because then Danny finds a hospital and he's like, oh, I know people, and she's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I own this hospital.
I thought they were gonna tease with Iron Man, you know, like. Yeah, this is Stark's hospital. I thought they were going to tease it.
Well, no, I think that's what he'll...
I don't think they're ever going to do that.
Well, because in Jessica Jones, they teased with the Hulk.
Yeah, but they can name drop at least.
Yeah.
I don't think...
If she wakes up with a robot arm, she'd be like, how'd you get this? And he'd be like, oh, I called another rich friend. Or something like that. They can tease a name drop of that Danny just called Iron Man.
Because they're still under the same universe. They're just not crossing.
Yeah, they're not going to cross, but they're under that because the events that happen in the movies affect the TV show. So there's no reason that you can't name drop that Danny, who is just as rich as Iron Man, called Tony Stark in need of a favor. Because obviously he knows who Iron Man is, and he literally could just be like, yeah, I'm the immortal Iron Fist. And Iron Man's just pretty much going to buy it because they just fought in space and alien. So a guy calling him and going, yeah, I'm, you know... Because I'm sure Iron Fist, like, Tony keeps tabs on everything, because that's how he knows how Spider-Man is. I'm pretty sure he knows that there's a team of people in New York, like, fighting. He doesn't interact or care because they're doing their own thing, and they're, you know, I guess, small fries compared to him. But it wouldn't really be a hard stretch for Danny just to, like, call up Iron Man to be like, hey, I need a favor.
It'd just be a great what-if.
Yeah, just like, hey, I saw what you did for your Air Force friend, War Machine. I need a favor for a friend of mine.
Yeah, I think with the Defenders, knowing that they will never be in the movie realm, I think how I look at it is the reason why they're not with the Defenders or Tony has no interest in them is because they have no interest in working with anyone else. They're not the Avengers. They
don't care about world safety. They just want to protect their.
Well, it's more they want attention. But with the Defenders, they don't want the attention. Like Daredevil wants to focus on this city.
No, it's like they all never met.
Jessica Jones doesn't want any attention. Yeah. Luke Cage just wants to make sure that Harlem's okay.
So he doesn't care about.
I think Danny Rand maybe is the only one who would have any interest in teaming up with them because he cares more about the world safety as a whole because of training in Kunlun, but they wouldn't allow him because the only person he could potentially beat up is Hawkeye and Black Widow.
And they're all about work and getting because they're spies, they don't want to be worldly publicly known. But
they're more about they protect the world.
Yeah, they are
versus a particular area. So like it wouldn't work because Dan, like let's say if his area of town was being attacked, but they needed to go fight the evil monster, protect the world. Danny would be like, "No, I need to protect my friends," and he would go off, and they'd be like, "Well, then."
That's why I don't think Avengers or the Defenders. Would ever...
No, but they can still name drop.
They could name drop.
The easiest way to argue that Misty Knight has this insane robotic arm is to name drop Iron Man because he's really the only one who's developed that type of technology. Because Danny Rand's company doesn't really do that.
Yeah, they're more like medicine.
So it'd be hard to argue that they somehow had the technology or knew the people. Like, unless they, like, I don't know. I think it'd be a cool nerd name drop.
Just be a good Easter egg, Just like
like you don't even have to say Iron Man. You can be like, "How'd you get this?"
I got a really rich friend.
Yeah, you can just be like, "Oh, I called in a friend," and that's all you could say. Everyone would be like, "Oh, I bet you he called Iron Man."
Yeah,
like
called Batman.
It'd be like the greatest nerd.
Still, that's the thing. It just it'll make you think. Because
it's just a fun little happy.
That way, people can still remember that. Oh yeah, that's right. They're all under the same
if you have something
universe.
where you'd have to pay Tony Stark for saying his name, then don't. Then just say he called a friend.
I can say it. They're owned by the same people.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing though. Like, I don't know what's in his contract. If he's mentioned on another show, I don't know if he has to get paid.
Yeah.
No, probably
or whatever. But
so anything else you guys want to talk about with Defenders? Besides the fact that
the choreography was a lot better than before.
Yeah. I will say this. I think it's my least favorite intro.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like the lights and, I
thought it was different, but Iron Fist, the show not being good, their intro was awesome. Yeah. But I think the Defenders had one of my
love Daredevil's intro.
Had one of my least favorite intros, but... I'll say this. For me, I'll word it as this. So, for me, stock up Iron Fist, stock up Luke Cage, neutral Jessica Jones... she stayed the same level of hype that she was at before. I'm actually going to go stock down on Daredevil.
Well, yeah, because he had 2 seasons.
I feel like... Yeah, but I was super hyped on Daredevil this season, but I feel like Defenders made his stock go down for me. Because I feel like the Defenders made him look kind of like this selfish little bitch.
Well, he is arrogant. He is more just...
He's like a know-it-all, because when they all get together, Daredevil's the only one who knows, I fought the hand already.
That really is hard. I mean, you're blind.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's just the way the show portrayed him.
Well, not just that, they made it so heavy on him and Elektra, to where they gave you just enough Daredevil to oh my gosh, it's Daredevil, but then it wasn't really so concentrated on his story.
Yeah, so I'm trying to word it as and put it as if you're taking each person individually and trying to say if it made you more or less excited for their next season of their show, I'd say for Jessica Jones it was neutral. I'm just as excited as I am for season 2 as I was before. Definitely way more excited for season 2 of Iron Fist and Luke Cage. I'm slightly less excited for season 3 of Daredevil because of his attitude
exposed more.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do with season 3 of him, just because obviously he has to. It's going to be wherever he wakes up, and he probably won't reappear. So I don't know what show's next.
Punisher.
So it's okay. So Punisher, but then which one of the Defenders is first?
I don't know.
Hopefully Daredevil. If they go in order, it should be Daredevil. But I don't know.
I don't think it will. The reason why I don't think it will is because if he's supposed to be gone, you can't do a season 3 of Daredevil and then have him show up at the end.
Yeah, but they went off without his show for over 2 years already.
But no one else doesn't have a season 2 yet. Do you really want one show at season 3 and no one else is even at season 2?
Yes, because Arrow is at season 6 and everyone's at season 4.
Yeah, but that's because they started way after.
They weren't even planning on these.
Yeah, but remember, this is Marvel we're talking about. Marvel is way more about keeping everyone on the same...
even and same page.
So, I mean, I have the feeling that it's going to be
if anything, Iron Fist and Luke Cage, for sure.
You know what they could do? And they've done... Netflix does it with some shows, is do half seasons. They could release the first half season of Daredevil for season 3. And, up to the point where he's... whatever, I don't know. And then do seasons 2 of like do a season 2 of like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, and then put out because it's
one show to fill in that time before
one show is going to get put back on the back burner until the end. I have a feeling it's going to be Jessica Jones that gets put on the back burner because I feel like they really want to push the season 2 of Luke Cage and Iron Fist quick because since Iron Fist was such a huge focus of the Defenders, I think they want to follow up on his hype and get his season 2 out quick.
Right after what happened, right after.
Because one show has to take a back burner. You can't have 4 individual shows and a group show without one person taking on the back burner, and I just feel that it's gonna be her.
Yeah, either her or Daredevil. So.
It's got to be one of them because I feel like they can do more with Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and I think they see that, and so I feel like with Daredevil, like it makes the most sense to put him in the back burner just because he's already had 2 seasons. I feel like they can put him on the back burner.
Give the other shows time
People
to
will
catch
be
up.
just as hyped for his season 3, but it's like I feel like if they wait too long on the others, people are going to start to lose interest.
And then everyone wants Daredevil.
The other seasons, so everyone's hyped for Daredevil. I think they can kind of put it on the back burner to be like, look, Daredevil is going to be, it's coming, but it's going to be last. So we're going to do the other ones first. And I feel like everyone would be like, oh, okay. But I feel like if they do it right and they kind of hype up Daredevil as being like, look, it's going to be huge. Everyone else's season's gonna be hyping.
Each season of like the show, they all cliffhang with Daredevil at the end or something.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty sweet.
Like they get news on Daredevil, or like they hear some like report about something. Cause I think it'd be better for Daredevil season 3 if like he doesn't get back to Hell's Kitchen until like later in the season. Like I feel like if he fights whatever because the reason why he's probably saved is there's probably they probably know who he is. There's probably some injustice where he is, and they need his help. So, like, I think it's going to be a nice change of pace, seeing him defend. Because I think it'll be something where, like, he is, adamant on getting back to Hell's Kitchen right away, and they're like, no, you can't. We're not letting you go until you help us.
I was listening to the Comic Book More podcast. I think Chris said something about, actually, Daredevil's mom is actually a nun in Cologne. So they might do it where they introduce his mom. Because we don't know about his mom.
Yeah, it's only his dad.
Yeah.
That'd be a good story too, though. I mean, that's something.
Yeah, that would be But I think that's what's going to be nice about Daredevil season 3. It's going to be a change of pace of
instead of everything being so dark and aggressive, it's actually
it'll be like some like a family tie of like he now needs to protect his mom and where she is before he can get back to Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, because all the Defender stuff is like you already got that out of the way. Now is focus on individual stories. Doesn't even need to build up to the next season of Defenders. Because at this point, I mean, what can Defenders
I'm looking
for,
like but because Defenders 2 is going to be whatever happens during their seasons.
Yeah,
I think it'd be interesting if like since they're all within the same universe, like they could in theory like fight a Marvel villain who's like a bigger villain who maybe isn't in the movies, but like took fought during Infinity Wars like to do something else.
There's some sort of tie to the
won't be
like maybe
supernatural.
Maybe like Thanos has like some undervillain in the comics that he sends to do something and to New York to do something. And then like so that's season 2 of the Defenders is them fighting this.
I don't think they're gonna do that because I think that's gonna require makeup art. I think they're trying to keep it more realistic in a way. Like, I mean, it's obviously not realistic.
Down to earth.
Nothing too supernatural. Nothing too meta. But the only meta they have is immortality and Iron Fist.
But I think they're gonna have to do some sort of supernatural thing for season 2 because everyone's like we've mentioned it. Everyone's getting sick of it just being ninjas and assassins. So. I mean, what are you going to do?
I think it's going to be more like something a city can
Cowboys and pirates?
Maybe. Bring Luffy in.
Like, I feel like you have to do some sort of...
There's got to be something that
Marvel element.
Sparks.
It's got to be it's got to be different. Because
that'd be a really good draw too, Blade.
Yeah.
It's
vampires.
It's just got to be different. Like, it's got to be something supernatural, even if it's
meta.
Even if it's super minor, because if they keep redoing ninjas and assassins, everyone's going to be like,
it's the same thing.
This is the same thing over and over. They're smart. The smart thing now is to hold off on Madame Gao for a really long time.
they make you forget about her and somehow
you
remember her.
Like they need to do everyone's next season without Madame Gao even being referenced.
Yeah, they should. I'd be so mad if they the next show, bam, Madame Gao's the main villain.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, Jesus Christ. But if they can go the whole everyone's next season. I mean, even Daredevil's next season, season gets done. They don't even mention Madame Gao. Everyone will forget. I mean, not us because we're super nerds, but the casual fan will forget. And then if all of a sudden, and then if all of a sudden season 4 of Daredevil starts, and
starts off Madame Gao or something,
the girl the girl gets killed, and he goes and sees her being killed, and it's Madame Gao. Everyone will be like, "Oh fuck!" Yeah. I feel like they got a good opportunity for something, but
right.
I just hope that she doesn't, like Ricky said, appear right away. Otherwise, it was because I'm getting bored of seeing her all the time. So I want to break from Madame Gao. I mean, I do hope they try to explain why she is the only one who somehow has the force push.
Oh, man. She's like the Yoda. She was a Yoda.
Everyone else is just ninjas, immortality, and
you waited seasons and seasons to finally see what she can do, and
she's fucking Yoda.
Oh, the force. She knows the force.
I'm interested. I hope they explain. I'm sure the comic probably explain why she's.
I don't know. I'll never really read.
No, I'm willing to check out. I think I'm probably gonna pick up the Iron Fist issue 1 just to check it out.
They're at 6 issues right now.
No, they just
4
started.
issues. Yeah, so they're issue 4 right now.
I thought it just started.
It's gonna be.
It's a monthly, so.
Is it only 6?
Yeah, it's only 6. So the Immortal Iron.
Because he had an issue 1 when I went on Monday on the shelf of the new comics that just came out.
Then that I don't know.
It's either that or that's a reprint.
Oh yeah, it could be a reprint.
They were reprinting a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but
anything else on Defenders before? We still got some. I want to talk some Death Note real quick.
And I just want to mention because we did promise that we were going to bring up bigger stuff that's happening in the community.
Oh yes, that's right.
We only have one thing, and that was the RuneScape thing, which.
Oh yeah.
But we can save that till the end. Yeah. I don't know. I guess for Defenders, we'll do final thoughts. Overall, really good.
I liked it.
I'm definitely excited for, Daredevil may have gone down, but I'm still really excited for everyone's next seasons. We'll do the same thing that we did for Defenders, where we're all going to watch it together. I don't think we ever explained really what happened last time, so I'll just really quickly explain it. Yeah. We were in the middle of, we had a phone set up, and we were pointing it at us, and we were just going to live stream the first episode. And apparently, Facebook recognition caught the words that are on episode 1, and we got a notification that we needed to essentially shut off, or we were going to be in violation of copyright infringement.
Yeah, we're just dumb.
It is really dumb because we weren't. Yeah, you could hear it, but who's gonna sit there and be like, let me listen to this episode 1 of Defenders because I don't have Netflix. Let me listen to episode 1 here.
Anything with audio or pictures, they were on it.
Pictures. If we were pointing at the TV, I could understand that they're okay, look, for people who don't have Netflix, you're giving the whole episode away for free, but the audio of it, really? But anyway, so in the future, we're going to live stream before the first episode and after the first episode. Yes. To give our initial thoughts on the next thing. That is going to be a pop luck thing. We always get together for the big shows and the big things. And I know you guys both just said you can't make it, but I still am going to Monroe Comic Con because we have a guy who wants a local movie, which that's also something I needed to talk to you. See if I'm going to mention you to him. See if he can hook you up with a camera thing because he's a filmmaker.
Okay, sounds cool.
He's doing a film with Chris right now.
Oh, they're doing the horror thing.
Yeah, and so see, he wants to plug his movie, and so he's going to be at Monroe Comic Con and is willing to do an interview.
I can give you my stuff.
So I plan on going to Monroe Comic Con just because, one, they had Gundam toys last year, and I want to see if they somehow have more this year, and because he's going to be there, and this could be a good avenue for us to get in touch with someone who has a lot of nerdy connections, and this could be a good door for us to go into. So definitely going to try to go, and even if I just pull out my phone and just ask him a couple questions about how he got started. And
as long as you get some audio, that should be fun.
Yeah, and I'll probably buy one of his comics just because whatever, I can plug it, and stuff. But, and it, who knows? Maybe he's willing to plug us on stuff. But,
so,
but yeah,
overall, Defenders, I liked it. I already said my thoughts.
Yeah,
you said your thoughts.
I posted my review on Facebook, but overall it was good. It was just something to exciting to see, like the first Avengers film. It's just like, oh my god, they're all together type thing.
Yeah, we could talk more about it, but I'm sure you guys
at this point everyone's
seen it. Everyone hears other people's reviews on it.
Yeah,
so we just thought reviews.
I mean, speaking of just reviews, on your Death Note stuff.
Oh, dude,
what was your?
All right.
What's your review on Death Note or your rant?
I'm not going to compare it to the anime. Obviously, I can. I'm not. Okay, for a person, some people who have never seen the anime, they might enjoy it just a little bit, but that's just a little bit. But to me, it's it made no sense. The beginning of the movie, you know where Light was doing the kid's homework.
You see that video?
Yeah, he never finished it. So it's he's getting paid to do his homework. He's answering you could clearly see in the video he never finished the assignment. He just gives it to him. It was you did 3 problems and everything else is blank. And then somehow his character it's just dude he was. It seemed like he was a wimp in the beginning. He's oh, by the way, if you hit me because you're 18 and I'm so and so age, you're gonna get thrown in jail and violates child abuse or something like that.
Oh, that was terrible. The thing is
this is so dumb. Dialogue was so bad.
You know why though? Because that kid Nat Wolf cannot act for shit. He was the worst actor in that movie.
So I didn't see the movie because the ending of the anime pissed me off so much that I refused to. I refused to watch anything else Death Note. So normally anime movie would come out and I'd be oh, kick ass.
Yeah. But I'm giving this not comparing to the anime. I'm gonna try not to compare the anime. I'm not gonna be this character should be this way. But it's why were they this way? I'm gonna go in this movie. Why were they this way? He was a wimpy kid, and later on, this character changed. Not character development. He's just completely just switch. Why was Mia, who's I guess supposed to be Misa, why was she smoking at a cheerleading practice? I get it, they're trying to show that they're high school teenagers, they're rebellious, they're
because smoking is still cool.
But then but that's okay. You're a cheerleading practice. You have adult supervision. Your teachers are there. Do they not care for what the students are doing? She's openly smoking her cigarette, and then later on in the movie, you don't see her smoking it. You don't no signs of drugs or alcohol. It's just all right. She's just
that opening scene of her smoking.
It's and then. Because of Stranger Things, the whole 80s theme stuff, the soundtrack itself, it's okay, why is are they trying to portray that this is maybe in the 80s? No, but it's in modern day. So why is everything?
Well, I personally, I love the music. And
I don't know, why is everything?
It just 80s? Didn't go with the theme. It just
they had it just to have throwback music in there. This doesn't make any sense at all. And so another thing is, because. Okay, I'm gonna mention the anime, because the original the original thing is they died through a heart attack, but by default, heart attack.
Yeah, if you don't write how they die by heart attack.
But in the movie, you have to write how they die. You just have to. So it's so basically they focus so much on the gore, to it's okay, well, how do they know that everyone is dying because of somebody? How do they know someone's not? How do they know someone's causing these effects? Because the first death was decapitation. The bully who harassed Light and Mia was he got decapitated. Some ladder went through his head and he got decapitated, not death by heart attack. And then later on, they showed I guess Light's mom died by a drunk driver or a guy driving,
and he got away with it.
He got away with it. They made it. They played him off like he was some mob leader or murderer or something in the movie. But then played him off. But then what happened was he wrote the death in there, accidental stabbing or something like that, and
he fell on his.
You see it? Yeah, he fell on his steak knife. He died. Everyone else died. Basically, that similar stuff they get stabbed, killed, or jumped off a building or something like that. So how do they know that these I guess they showed it to where he can manipulate the way they do things and reveal it and stuff, but then it's how do they actually know someone's causing these deaths?
Well, remember because
they're not consistent.
Because unlike the anime, the movie they picked the name Kira for themselves.
Yeah, it's like, well, so this is actually Greek for God or something like that.
So what they were doing in the movie was they were trying to send out a message, which in turn made Elle in this movie realize, okay, so whoever is Kira is behind us, because every death dealt with some sort of Kira's justice.
Yeah, so, but like I said, it's like...
I mean, in the beginning it made no sense,
even in the anime, that was the same dumb thing in the anime.
Well, the thing about the anime, though, is civilians made up Kira. They worshipped Kira.
They had the idea, oh, maybe something, everyone's dying heart attack, because everyone's dying of it. Prisoners, everybody.
Yeah, it was just... At first, it was just, like, murderers, rapists, pedophiles. But, like, in the movie, he was going after, like, the same thing, but it just... The difference was, like, they picked the name. So, it's like... The Light and Mia in this movie, they were going for their own, some sort of justice.
Mia didn't like Light based on, because he saved her, or, like, was worshipping him. It's just...
She had her own, like, agenda, too.
She had a fetish for it. Like, she was turned on with the fact that someone's killing people. It's like she was a freak. That's what she was. She wasn't like
I don't know. For like I said, I didn't see the movie, but I'm assuming it ended the same way.
No, it didn't end the same way. No. He didn't die.
He didn't die.
He didn't die.
They implied it, but he doesn't like physically get killed.
Yeah, there's just so much.
So like, what, he goes to prison or something?
No,
he.
Well, since you're not even gonna watch it, at the end of the film, Elle finds the Death Note or a page of the Death Note.
But what happens was like, because here they changed it to where if you could only burn one page of the book and the person who named you on it like doesn't die. That's only one time. That effect only works once. So Mia wrote his name in the Death Note, and so Mia wrote Light's name in the Death Note. Somehow he manipulated it to where, like,
it's out the city. Keep going.
It burns the page. Like that page falls out and burns itself, and then like he's in the hospital because he just fell in the water, and his dad's like, "You are Kira, aren't you?" and all this stuff, and it's like, "You really know how I killed them?" and they end it like kind of like that.
And
so he can't die.
So they're teasing a sequel.
Well, so I don't get. Wait, so the person whose name gets burned can't die by the Death Note, or they can't?
No, it just like they're
erased.
Like Light's name was written in the Death Note, but then the page that had his name in it got burned, so he doesn't get killed. But it's sort of implied to where Elle found a missing page of the Death Note in the geometry book or something like that, and they don't show it, but it's up to the viewer to think, okay, does Elle write his name? Because at the end of the film you see Ryuk laughing at Light.
But wouldn't him writing his name not do anything because his name already got burned?
I mean, if they rewrite it, then obviously
maybe
it works,
but they never cleared up.
What if it's from the same book? Then it wouldn't do anything.
That's the plot right there.
I mean, well, obviously if they rewrite it, it'll work. But then the power is you can only burn one page and that's it, and no more burning pages. Like, you can't save anybody.
Yeah, if you mess up and you burn that page, that's the only like redo you can do.
See, shouldn't it be like the person's name is on there, it can't be written again? I don't know.
Yeah,
doesn't that make more sense?
That's usually how it is.
Doesn't that just make more sense than just, I'm gonna rewrite your name on every page just because?
Yeah, the story of the
because in that argument, I could just write your name on 2 pages and be like, "Suck it, bitch."
Yeah, and that's what he did. He wrote Mia's name in there, and he wrote his name in there too. But then like Light's name out of the Death Note falls out and burns, something like that.
Yeah, but he wrote his name in there, but he saved his
last name.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Waltree, he didn't know his last name.
And I don't know, that's so stupid.
He didn't know his last name. Waltree died, but he didn't know his last name. Yeah. It was just Waltree, and it's like...
Was it still a thing where, like, if they give up their life, they can see everyone's name and age?
No, they don't mention that at all either. And not just that, when they touched the Death Note, the only one who saw Ryuk was Light.
Yeah, like, that's... They
even her?
Yeah, no, like, the Keeper is the only one who could see the Shinigami.
That she had a book too.
No, they didn't.
In the anime, she has a book too.
He just goes, nope, "You want to see how I do it? I want to show you how I did it." And here's a Death Note.
Right now, it's only one in the movie. It was just one book, and they didn't reference anything about seeing Shinigamis besides Light, and that was it.
Okay, see, that's dumb as shit. So like, I'm gonna be super pissed if like if they do a sequel and like L writes his name in there, because if the whole argument is you can burn one page, then that person's name should be excluded from any like. If you write someone's name in the Death Note, like, the Shinigami should be like, sorry, like, I just received word, since that person's name was on a page that burned, this person can no longer be written in the Death Note.
Yeah, I don't know. There are so many plot holes.
There's a lot of stuff like there was no like because in the anime, Light and obviously how they competed with each other, with Battle of the Minds. To me, it's like when you know how in the anime or even like the movies they show it to where they had a guy who was actually going to be sent to death row, and they use him as a test dummy to see.
Yeah,
they didn't do that.
Nope.
See, for me too, like the anime, the reason why I never watched the last episode because I thought it was so predictable that it pissed me off. And then my friend who did watch it, I guessed what I thought was going to happen. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're right," and I was like, "Okay, fuck this anime." Death Note to me got really boring after L dies because there are so bullshit it's bullshit that L is supposed to be the most intelligent person, that he has these secret kids who are smarter than him, and if he ever dies, they're born and combined they're too much for Light, and he dies.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, this is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. So like going back to what I was saying about like how they didn't have the Lyndon L. Taylor guy, the guy that was supposed to be on death row. It's they did some of a conference, like a national broadcast, but then he's like, all right, well, you can't kill me because you don't know my real name, do you, huh?
Well, that's the dumb thing.
It's like, how did
they made L come out in public and call out Light in front of like a whole newsroom or outside in public, and then he was like, if you can kill me, then do it, and he calls Light out in public.
Yeah, how does that determine that he doesn't get a name in the face? That doesn't determine anything. That's just, oh, you're not going to kill me in public, huh? Okay. Well, how does he know?
Yeah.
How does he deduct that? It's like, how, it's...
See, that's why I really like Code Geass, because it was similar in the sense that, like, he gains this, thing that kills people, but instead it's just, like, it's this thing in his eye that he can command somebody to do something one time, but it'll last forever.
Right.
Yeah, and I've also compared, like, see, I try not to compare it to the anime, but I just told you, like, stuff in the movie, like, those are plot holes, or those are stuff that no one knows, so that's what makes it dumb for me. Now, they would have, at least added, like, they didn't have to do everything in the anime.
But even without the details in the anime, when you watch the film,
I get it,
I
get not doing a second Death Note and stuff like that, like the anime did, like, I can get on doing shit like that, but if you're not going to do, like, him testing out the Death Note properly, like, if you're not going to explain, like, how... I mean, I think it's all bullshit how they figure out that someone's behind this, because...
They, like, put all that information in an hour and a half.
Because it's all bullshit anyway, because there's no way you could prosecute Light for writing names in a notebook, because you can never physically prove that... I mean, you can write someone's name in a notebook, and they can die exactly what you're writing it, but there's no... You can't concrete prove it.
Yeah. That
happened because you wrote it, and it didn't just happen because you were thinking about it.
No one ever found out the Death Note. They just left it. They're trying. I think they're hoping for a sequel. They're not going to get a sequel.
I hope not. It was terrible.
No, I thought Willem Dafoe was probably the best thing. Ryuk was the best thing in the movie, but then at the same time, like, his character was wrong too. Obviously, he wasn't just like he wasn't demonic the way he was in the movie,
or he wasn't manipulating. Like he's supposed to just observe.
Well, no, because in the anime he's constantly trying. He doesn't do anything. He'll answer questions if Light asks him like. But he was also funny. Yeah, but he's constantly making fun of him. Like anytime someone would beat him in something or like he failed at whatever he was trying to do, he would laugh at him and be like, "Oh, you're freaking stupid human." Like
he was funny in the movie. He was just straight out like evil and was.
Yeah, and he's constantly trying to trick Light into, giving up his life in exchange for more power. He's supposed to constantly keep trying to manipulate him into...
And they're referencing that Ryuk is probably the only deaf god. I mean, they mentioned maybe gods, but then it's like they even have a scene where he's reading a book about deaf god and it's Ryuk's face in the...
Well, that's because it's actually off a Japanese old folklore.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you're assuming that Ryuk is probably the only thing. And
I would write your guys' name in the Death Note, but I would at least give you guys a cool.
I still have a Death Note in my room, and
my name has been written in a Death Note at a con. Someone was dressed up as Light, and my buddy was like, "Can I write my buddy's name in there?" And we were surprised. The dude said yes, so we figured that he was gonna have tons of names. No, it was completely blank. We don't know why he said yes to this. So my buddy grabbed my name and he was like, Mark Hallberg. I think he wrote something like "Death by Flying Shark" or some shit like. I would give you guys the most random death ever, like
death on the toilet.
Death on Toilet by Spider Monkey.
Right.
Yeah. So the movie was, like I said, it's really bad, and
terrible.
I don't get the ending where Ryuk was like moving the Ferris wheel, like just trying to bring that down.
Apparently,
like,
he's causing the death, but I don't know. It's just
like
overall, it was so stupid. Like even without the comparisons and stuff.
Does anyone important die?
No.
If L doesn't die, Light doesn't die.
No.
Mia is the only one who died.
Watari.
Oh, Watari died, but then like.
But even in the anime, that's not even his real name.
Yeah. He just wrote Rotari in there. Like, that's it. Like he has a last name.
Yeah, you need first and last name. That's supposed to be the thing.
You know what's funny? I thought it was funny.
That's supposed to be the thing. Is that like Light know in the anime, Light figures out L's first name, but he can't do anything because he doesn't know his last name.
Yeah.
And that's why he uses. In the anime, he uses her to give up her life to get the red eyes to get L's last name and kill him, and then in return,
he beat L without using his life force.
Yeah, he used hers, and then she dies because he uses her and her death god for his purposes.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that happen. Like, you know what's funny? Because this is an American remake of it. Like, of course, they're recast with white people, and L's a black person, and Walter is Asian, which they reversed everything. In the anime, he was actually a British guy. So
the whole race thing, I don't really care.
I don't care, but I thought it was pretty funny. They flip flopped the races in this whole movie. Like Walter is supposed to be a British guy, but they made him an Asian guy.
I don't know. It just like the movie had so much of a Twilight-esque to it. It was like a teen drama. When you watch it, it should only this type of film should only appeal to like little kids.
I guess. I mean, I get it. They're trying to make it American teenagers type thing, but then it's still a bad movie.
Yeah. They gotta break out of this whole high school shit. Because it was I don't know. It was just bad. Like the setting was bad. The characters were bad. It was terrible. It was horrible.
So, final recommendation: don't
watch it. You know,
don't watch it.
That the bully in the beginning of the movie, it's like he failed twice, so he's like a super senior.
Super
I
think.
Senior. All right, if that was me and I didn't care about school, I probably would have dropped out.
Yeah, just drop out and get the G. Drop out and get the G.
Drop out. I wouldn't even be sticking around with high schoolers anymore. And it's like no one cared that he died. They talked about it, but no one there was no student died, you need counseling, whatever. Usually that's stuff you see in every teenage show.
Yeah, go back to it. Alright, life moves on.
It's like, are they just like, do you want to know how he died? Okay, I'll take you.
If anything, I remember that scene because his name was Kenny, and I saw a comment on Facebook, oh my god, you killed Kenny!
You bastard!
Yeah, that's like I said. I'm not trying to compare it to the anime. I mean, I love the anime.
You can't help but do it though because
you can't but the stuff I mentioned wasn't like I said. It wasn't comparing. It's just it's just stuff story wise stuff that made no sense.
No, it's because the plot holes in the movie can be filled with the details of the anime, so you can't help but just compare it. Because, and that's how I was too. That's when I was watching, I tried not comparing it. I was like, no, Light is not this dumb. Light is a hyper intelligent student, and he thinks before he does anything. Well, this kid was just all instinct. He just I'm about to just do this and do that. I don't know. It was
he was
terrible.
Scared to use it definitely.
Yeah, I recommend to our viewers and followers, don't watch it. It's a waste of time.
Now, if you're one of those people who likes really bad movies, purposely, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, I like bad sci-fi movies, but I like bad sci-fi movies that they made it because it was going to be dumb, the old sci-fi movie. No, because even that is they purposely made it to be a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like Hobo with a Shotgun. It's a horrible movie.
Okay.
But it's freaking hilarious. Or Toxic Monster, or
Kevin Smith's movies are all bad, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I love Kevin Smith.
But yeah, I'm glad I didn't see it.
It's a waste of time.
I honestly don't even recommend watching the anime.
Hey,
well, that's
I love that.
That's Mark's opinion.
But I like the anime. I even like the live action Japanese ones. Not many people did.
I hated that one. I recommend do not watch that. That's Japanese acting. Shit.
I just recently watched the drama that they did in 2015, the live action drama, which is it's different, but they still kept a lot of it the same. Nier is played by a girl, and they actually changed that character. Nier is mellow too, split personality.
Yeah,
yeah. But I like it. You don't have to like it. It's my thing, but
I recommend just reading the manga because that's the original source. Just read the manga. Because they just released a 2,400-page manga book of the Death Note altogether.
Of course they did.
And just go buy it. That's like $20.
Yeah. There's one thing to the manga that's not actually anything, is the Death Note eraser. There's an eraser where you can erase the name to save somebody from death, but never mentioned.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, so that's it. That's my rant, and that's my review of Death Note. We did two reviews in one podcast, and we talked about his kid. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. So we'll just end it up because we're at about an hour and a half, which is. I mean, we haven't done it in so long. We needed to do a longer podcast anyway. But I'll thought with our last, because we're trying to come up with more topics that are going on in the world, and the only thing I could really see that was a bigger thing I want to talk about was RuneScape just recently, which was obviously it was way more popular 10 years ago when we were
more than 10 years ago, dude, like middle school
before MySpace,
12 or 13 years ago. While MySpace was like because I played it in middle school.
Like during AIM, I was in 6th grade, so that's
15 years.
15 years.
15
about 15 years.
15 years. Like right now, I think they average like 120,000 a day. Back when we were playing when it first came out, they averaged like 700,000 a day.
That was the League of Legends of the.
It was membership was cheap. It was only $5 a month.
Now it's $9. I did for a long time. I never got the crazy gear and weapons. Like I got a couple dragon pieces of armor, but only because my guy got so high in fishing that I could sell.
I went to Mir.
I could sell tons of I would sell raw shark for because people would want to get their cooking maxed out.
I had my cousin, my uncle, my generation, my uncle, he gave me all his money. All he did was mine ores and just gave me.
See, that's one thing I should have always did was get more into mining and smithing, but never did. For some reason, I liked fishing for some reason. So my guy I would spend days in the fishing guild just fishing shark, and then I ended up getting a few million just because I would fish. But anyway. So RuneScape is doing a couple things. One, in early 2018, they're coming out with RuneScape Mobile. So it's the same game, same graphics, same login, except now it'll be on your phone. And you can play, which I feel like is good if you're someone who does do fishing or mining. That'll be nice because you can just sit there and run back and forth the mining. I don't feel like it's going to work for combat too well. But the reason why I stopped playing RuneScape was because when they came out with RuneScape 2.0, it used to be just you had attack, strength, defense. The one that you could increase all three, but it would split the experience. And then certain weapons would have one power, an ability. And then they changed it to you can have a sequence of attacks, and your guy can do a jump back arrow shot. And they started introducing all this crazy combat shit and changing the graphics. And I just got really annoyed. I was I just want the simple game, and I want to be able to just do what I was doing before. So besides doing the mobile game, RuneScape just announced that they re-released RuneScape essentially 2.0, and now you can play 2.0 instead of the new version. But here's the catch. Your character can't cross-platform.
Oh, so you're only in one.
So my guy, who's was the member and has all the items, I was actually willing to play again. Be in the fishing guild and do what I used to do.
I was gonna go download the original classic.
I did, and then I had a character I used to get back. Okay, I'll finish my original thought. So my original guy, here's how old my guy is. They did a name change, so now he's called Kazeshine, which is the name I use for most of my online stuff. But his original name was TT Legolas, because my guy was created when the Two Towers was just released.
My guy's Naruto 721.
And so my name was TT Legolas, because the Two Towers is my favorite Lord of the Rings movie, so I made the name, Two Towers Legolas was the name I made, because the movie just came out, and I was a huge fan of it.
Naruto.
And the guy I created before that was my first ever guy called Golden 06, because it was Golden 07 at the time was my favorite game with the N64. Which, I'm seriously fucking old now. Just saying that sentence. But that guy still exists. But here's the we used to, when you want to get your character back, you would fill out this thing, try to remember all your passwords, and then you would tell them, look, this is an old account, I don't remember all my passwords, but this is my account. And then someone would actually review it after a couple days, and then you'd get a reply, and you'd get the character back. As I've found out, it doesn't work like that anymore, because I tried getting him back, because I was like, okay, since my really good guy can't cross-platform, I don't know if I'll ever pay to be a membership on the new RuneScape, because I hate all the changes, I hate the graphics, I think there's just too much. So I was like, but maybe I'm willing. I'll pay on the old game maybe, but I can't give any of the items or money between the two games, which is really annoying. But I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just not pay to be a member. Maybe I'll just create a new guy and just, he can be a really good non-member. But I tried getting Golden 06 back, and I filled out the thing, and I got an instant auto-reject. Like, within 30 seconds of sending it in. So now, apparently, the way they have it set up is it doesn't go to anyone anymore. It goes to a system that must run some algorithm that if you fill out enough, they'll reset the password for you. But if you're not filling out enough information, the algorithm just auto-rejects you.
That's stupid.
So now, like, they say there's a live person reviewing it, but bullshit, because there's no way some person reviewed my my thing in 20 seconds and sent me an auto-reject email. That's physically impossible. So, RuneScape, if you're watching, you're lying to people and saying that someone's reading their character comebacks, because that's clearly not what you're doing. I mean, I still might create a second character and play as a non-member again, because it was really fun, and I might actually focus on mining and smithing this time, but it's just annoying that, like, I have this guy who has all this rich stuff, has, like, millions of coins. I have, like, 5 sets of rune armor.
That was rune.
Yeah. My guy's got dragon on the new guy, on the new stuff. But it's just annoying that, like, I like it that they reintroduced, like, they're giving people an option, like, look, if you don't like the new RuneScape 3.0, here's 2.0, here's the old school RuneScape, play it. I like that, but I hate the fact that you can't cross the platform at all, because it wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah,
it's the same game, just the graphics have changed, but they still have the same skills and everything like that. They're still, releasing stuff for the game, so I don't know. It was just annoying, but I think that it's just a fun thing that people should know about. If you ever played RuneScape growing up, that RuneScape is attempting to come back, so to speak.
Yeah, RuneScape, dude, I had to stop playing because I did every single free quest except for
same here. And
Dragon's quest. Like, I just didn't want to level my magic, and I just quit.
No, I know, but I might look into playing RuneScape again. I think it'd be fun for us to do.
Yeah, that's fun. I remember playing and every day at school, like, yeah, dude, I had cyber sex with somebody in RuneScape.
Oh my god, remember cyber sex?
I was like, what?
Oh, I know. We all did that.
I didn't do that. My buddy was like, we went into because those towers, no one goes into those towers.
Yeah, there's
typing.
There was like certain towers that you could go to, or like certain houses that didn't have anything in there, so people would go there to like
just type. Like,
I've walked in on it before. Like I've done it before as a kid, but then I've walked in on it, like, because I was sometimes explore. Like if I was ever doing when you used to be able to item drop, you used to be able to do this. Now you can't. You used to be able to like go on a character and like drop a bunch of your items and log onto your other character, and after 2 minutes, those items would appear, and then you could pick up items and item transfer. And then for some reason, they got angry with that,
people cheated with that.
But then they now you can't do any sort of item transfer between characters, like, at all. Like, you can buy money though. Like, you can, like, if someone, like, I was reading a forum and they were talking about the new RuneScape that got released, and someone was like, oh yeah, I just went on and I paid them $10 to get 1,000,000 coins.
I'm not gonna pay real money to use fake money for something I'm never gonna be using in real life.
That's what a membership is though. When you pay RuneScape $9 a month, you're essentially doing the same thing.
But that's playing more games. I don't know. That just but then it's like using real money to buy virtual money, to spend on virtual stuff.
Everyone does that. That's why. What do you think Bitcoin is for?
Yep.
Like games like DBZ Dokkan,
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I just don't.
I mean, people spend. Like I won't. Like I never do a lot. But I'll do like a couple dollars here and there.
I've done it before. I'll admit that.
Well, I'll do a couple dollars here and there. DBZ Dokkan I stopped. Because I spent money to be able to do more of these rare summons, and then ended up with none of the super rare people. And so eventually I got too pissed. I was like, all right, well, fuck this. Like, I spent like $30, and I can't get I should be able to get a rare person by default. The game should like recognize that
you've invested.
I paid, and I should be able to get one of the rare characters. But anyway, my point is that for RuneScape, but back when you used to be able to item drop, I would try to find like a secluded area, like a really secluded house in a town, or I'd go to some really far off corner and item drop it. So I would go to there was some buildings that for some reason they had 4 floors, And like, and the fourth floor wouldn't even have anything. Wouldn't even have like one of those like there's like wheels where you can spin flask into like bowstrings and stuff for members that make bows. But there's buildings that have like a fourth floor and there's nothing there. It's not even a person. It's like just a chair. So I would go there to like item drop and I would go in there and there'd be like 2 people typing and then they would stop when like my character popped up.
Oh, you can see the conversation.
Yeah, you can see the conversation.
They're just moaning, like making weird.
They're making weird noises and like and then my character would pop up the stairs and they would both stop and then the guy would try to like tell me to leave and I'd be like, "No, I'm gonna chill here."
Does it really matter?
Yeah, and then like you know like it's just funny. But I don't know, like I might look into creating a new character for the non-member stuff. It's just annoying that you can't get back old characters anymore. Like, because I even wrote in there, I was like, look, I don't remember a lot of my old passwords. This is the first character I ever created. Just, I want to play again, but I don't want to have to restart from because I think that guy was like level 50 and had some rune armor and like it would have been easier.
You know what? I think I'll just stick with Skyrim. And, yeah. If I haven't played a game, Skyrim. But
so I haven't played Skyrim in a long time, but I do have, and I downloaded a bunch of mods.
I'm not going to go back and play RuneScape. I'd rather just play Skyrim again. Anyways, yeah. Anything else about RuneScape?
No, I mean, I might look into it just because I do like the game. It was fun, and clans were fun.
I mean,
it's free. I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to be a member again because I would only pay to be a member if I can give the stuff from my guy that's stuck on 3.0. See, there's another thing too. Like your character's stuck. Whatever character you're version on, like you can't like transfer your character from version 3 to version 2.
Yeah.
Which I feel that you should get like a one-time transfer, kind of like what World of Warcraft does.
Or pay.
Yeah, but like World of Warcraft does that, where if you want your character on another server, if you pay, you know, I think it's like a couple dollars, you can transfer your character from one server to another. RuneScape should do the same thing, where your character should you know, if I pay you $5, which I would be willing to pay you like $5, you know, at most, but like I should be able to take my character that's stuck on 3.0 and send him over to 2.0. I would do that.
Did you ever have any of that cool stuff just randomly pop out? Like I had like Genie pop out. And I was like,
oh yeah, I miss that stuff. Yeah, I'd be fishing, and then all of a sudden like I would get teleported away to have to play a mini game to get like a piece of armor. Like that's
stuff I like.
Version 3 doesn't got rid of that. Like version 3 from because I logged on to version 3 with my original guy, and because I was just like, here's how bad it is. I literally had to look up where my guy was because the graphics were so confusing that I could not or never remember where my guy was.
I was always in Goblin Village.
Speaking, this is just a RuneScape, but this is just the perfect time between Skyrim and RuneScape. One of the mods I downloaded was to create a dungeon called Edgeville.
I don't remember.
In Skyrim, and Edgeville was a town and dungeon in RuneScape, like right before the Wild.
Oh god!
And I downloaded the mod to. There's a guy that created a RuneScape mod, so it's a town with like some of the people that are in RuneScape, but in Skyrim. But I downloaded a mod for like a new companion and stuff. But yeah, that's my final thoughts. Is for people who played RuneScape back in the day, it's coming out with the new version. Well. New old version is out if you hate the new version, like I do. And then in a year, early 2018, you're going to be able to play on your phone.
Sweet. So I might just have it just to have if I'm bored at work, and I'll just be at level 1.
And I'm insanely bored at work. So if I'm bored at work on the phone calling people, hell, I'll freaking fish in mine while I'm on the phone.
You're on call and you're playing the video game.
That's it. That's all I have for today.
Yeah, I mean, we have more, but we
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a nice long show.
Yeah. It's a good special.
It was a good one. Yeah.
So, anyways, we're Popluck. We follow us on Facebook, Popluck Podcast, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes,
Twitter,
and we have Twitter.
Like and subscribe.
We're barely on Twitter. Like, subscribe, share everything. We got lots of stuff coming up. Giveaway coming up soon. We got lots of stuff, so follow us, tell people about us.
Yeah.
That's it. And we're signing off. I'm no longer going to say that, that's stupid. I don't know why I keep saying that. But anyways, goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
I don't.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, just cut it from YouTube and
stop. Wait, watching.
I don't know why the stream house always just. I think it's just